So have you recently lost your voice? Is it hoarse? Is it tight? Is it difficult to speak? Well, I'm going to give you seven tips to help you get over that voice, get your voice back fast. The last 2 tips in the 7 tips I'm going to give you are actual vocal techniques that I use in my own voice coaching sessions. So hold on until the end. I wanted to create this video because actually last week I just doing a lot of coaching online, a lot of speaking, shouting at the kids, and doing a lot of pressure, a lot of energy going over my vocal folds and my throat. And even as somebody who is a voice coach and a professional singer, you've got to be very, very aware of if you're speaking too much, putting too much energy here, is that you could potentially lose your voice. So if you have lost your voice, then here are 7 tips. Last 2 are really good. 7 tips to help you get rid of that and get your voice back. Coming up. Hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon, singer and voice coach, nurturing confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. So tip number 1, tip number 1 is to rest your voice. The most important thing is not to panic, because even though you might have a lot of talking coming up, the worst thing you can do from a somatic point of view is to worry and panic, because that's going to create stress from somatic. You're going to feel that stress here. So try to relax, try to rest your voice. Actually stop talking which is impossible for me, especially now, but stop talking for a good hour. Perhaps try not to say anything if you can for half an hour or an hour, depending on the level of voice loss that you have. If it's completely lost like that and you can't, then you've got to rest it. You have to rest your voice for at least a couple of days. And I'm afraid you're just going to have to tell colleagues and clients that you're not able, I've lost my voice. You have to. The best thing you can do is to rest your voice. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to keep your voice lubricated. So that means water. Keep drinking all the time. And I've always got water with me. I love coffee, but coffee is really, really bad, especially with milk. Dairy products tend to line the throat and tend to line the vocal tract down here. So it's not good at all, even though I do love coffee. But water just freshens up the vocal folds and allows them actually to work a bit better. If they're moist, they work a little bit better, they close a bit more efficiently. Now, if your voice is really, really bad, then resting and also steaming is really, really good. So towel over the head, bowl of steaming water. Be careful if it's hot, obviously. Well, it will be hot, but be careful. And head over and breathe in the steam. And that just gets into the nasal passages, and it just moistens the larynx and the throat, the muscles in the throat and the vocal tract here, and just moistens everything up and gets everything, just opens up everything, all the passages and the areas within those resonant areas. The other thing is that if you're breathing through the nose, so if I take a breath in through the nose, instead of through the mouth. So instead of taking too much air, now I can feel if I do that and it's cold, I can actually feel slight pain. I mean, just a very, very minute bit of pain over my vocal folds, over my vocal folds when I'm taking a breath in. And obviously, if you're too breathy coming out, if I'm speaking like that all the time, very breathy, I have a video actually on how to prevent a breathy voice, which I'll put actually up there, probably there. Yes. And that either too much breath coming out or particularly that cold breath coming in is going to really, really potentially damage your vocal folds as well. By breathing in through the nose, might be a little bit slower, but it's also a great way just to pause, take reflection, relax, and allow your thoughts to gather and to present with more conviction. I'll have another video on that as well. Have a look at all my videos. The breathing through the nose is very, very good, particularly if your throat is creaky, hoarse, or it's just not really happening. What's not happening is that the vocal folds are not correctly, they're not efficiently closing, they're not adducting. And what you need to do is get them back to their default position. And we're going to do that now. One way to help the process, help the healing process with your vocal folds is to do glottal pops. And these are a little bit strange, but basically you're opening and closing the glottal. And it's like you're just about to say something, but you just let a little bit of air out. And you want to create some pressure with your abdominal muscles here. Create what's called subglottal pressure. Subglottal pressure. Subglottal pressure. Subglottal pressure. Can't say it. Subglottal pressure underneath the glottal and with some air, as if you're about to say something, and then just let it out very, very lightly with a nice open, relaxed throat. So like this. I'm going to take some water so I can demonstrate it a bit better. So here we are. So I'm going to get closer to the microphone so you can hear it. Make it as light as possible. And then from there, it's quite hard to get straight. It'll be quite thick and at the beginning. But make it nice and light. So from that glottal pop, what we're going to do is we're going to what I call a falsetto fall. It's just alliteration. And we're going to go like this. I'll show you. Very light. Try going quite high. Try. Depending, obviously, whether you're male or female, will depend on how high you can go. If you're female, you're going to go way up there, and you're going to go into your whistle tones. But just go into your head voice falsetto in that area. So and think about the glottal pop, and just start that with that. And just go down. So always supporting with breath. This is a really, really good exercise, actually, to create better closure, better vocal fold closure, which are your vocal cords, which are the two bits of muscle that phonate, that create sound. That's how we speak. Tip number 7 is the hot potato. And this is thinking that you've got something hot in your mouth. So imagine that it's summer, and it might be summer where you are. It's certainly not summer here, it's winter. And you have a nice boiled potato, summer salad potato, but you put it in your mouth whole, and it's hot. And so doing that, you go. Yeah, does everybody do that? I do that. Not sure if everybody does that. So, like this. What you're going to do is we're going to start in that falsetto, that sound, that very fluty sound, and we're going to make a tone. So, like an owl. But we're going to imagine that we've put this hot potato in our mouth, and what we're doing actually is lowering the larynx. We're keeping the jaw nice and relaxed, and the larynx nice and relaxed and flexible and low. So. Can you hear the difference? So normally, and then lower, and then I want you to go down. See how low you can go. And that connection between the head voice and the chest voice, which is what we call just a crack in the voice or a flip in the voice, or change. You want to try to smooth it over. And push from your tummy, your belly, your abdominal muscles. So, or might be a bit too much. So, just to recap, we have 7 tips. The first one is to rest your voice. Number 2 is keep lubricated, so keep drinking water. Number 3 is to steam if it's quite bad. Steam, inhale the steam, not too hot. The fourth one is to breathe through your nose instead of your mouth as you take a breath in. That's going to help, again, regain your voice. And the last three really are really good vocal techniques that I use in my voice coaching, and just kind of warm-up exercises really, but they're very, very good to re-engage the vocal folds and get them to connect better. And that's the glottal pop, that's the and then the falsetto fall, starting with that glottal pop. Ah, 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 nice and light. Ah, 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 ah. And then, what was the last one? The hot potato. So that... All right? Hopefully, you'll get your voice back fast. I hope that's helped. Let me know in the comments if any of those exercises are strange, helpful, not helpful, weird, what's going on, where am I, how have I found myself down this rabbit hole of the YouTube. And comment, like, please share. I offer one-to-one coaching for individuals and companies, as well as group training on various topics about communication skills, performance anxiety, and how to improve your voice and master your voice to connect better with your colleagues and clients. Speak soon.